Aloha, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on the Aloha Friday with the Sandwich Island Social Network. And alongside me today, all the way from the slopes of the I was going to say Ko'olau Mountain Range, wrong island, Kohala Mountains, Pualilia Hanamaika'i. Aloha, Pualilia.
Aloha, folks. How are we today? It is a bright and early morning,
It,
and it's one of those gorgeous days.
it is, right? In Kohala right now. And so wonderful that we have our friends joining us today as well. And we hope to be talking to Kalani Pe'a this morning. She'll be popping in just a little bit. If not, we will share about Kalani's music and share some videos. And we had the pleasure of talking with Kalani on several occasions, and we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah.
In the meantime, before we begin, we want to share with you that the Aloha Friday with the Sandwich Island Social Network is a series of interesting, fun conversations sharing the lives and journey of people in our island community. We want to also say that the Sandwich Island Social Network is a nonprofit organization that serves Hawaiians and Hawaiians at heart away from their island home, and that tax deductible donations are gratefully accepted. As you see below, patreon.com/Sandwich Islands 808 is the place to go if you would like to become a sustaining member of our Ohana to help us continue to do the work that we do. And so nice to have Pualilia join me this morning on the Sandwich Island Social Network Aloha Friday show, as she often joins me with creative projects. And she is occupied with so many other things going on, right, Pua?
Yeah. We were just discussing earlier how long the Sandwich Islands Network has been around. All the work that we've done over the past 9 years, eight
Yeah, going,
years,
yeah, 9 years. Mm.
nine. When I think about that when you look at that just that time frame, we could not have done it without those people that do support us because we donate all our time, and a lot of what we do takes a lot of advanced equipment, so to speak, and that stuff's not free. So for all of us, for all of those folks who come and support us in all of our ventures over the last 9 years, I want to mahalo you. This Patreon platform is perfect for most nonprofit organizations, and actually, even for people who are independent artists. I'm not one because, well, the only talent I have is hula.
You are an amazing hula dancer and a photographer, and my go-to person for all things na Hawaii when I ask about
I
information.
don't
You have,
I don't know it all though, Uncle. You could feel the Grand Canyon with the things I don't know. But
but
I'll find out.
it may not be the Grand Canyon, but I think Kalalau. You have the Kalalau Valley,
The Galileo.
Waipio, Waipio. I think, yeah,
Hey, YPO's pretty huge. Let's just be
Koke,
honest.
Koke. You know, it's all of that, all of that. Oh goodness gracious!
Oh, too funny.
And
But yeah, everything we do here it is really driven by our hui, our people that support us, not just when I'm not just talking monetarily, although that is huge for us because we want to be able to give back to our community, and keep us connected. Yeah, it's that pilina that we need to have, and I think that's something that unites us as the Sandwich Islands Social Network, our crew, right? Is that pilina that we have, not just for each other but for our all of our Hawaiians and Hawaiians at Heart, which is why we have the Hawaiians and Hawaiians at Heart Facebook page as well. All things Hawaii is we live, we come from a special place, and
absolutely, Absolutely.
You know,
And so let's
we
see.
wonder why people fall in love with it, but they just
They
do.
just do. And TK
They just
Bennett is saying, Haole Aloha Pualilia. Aloha Friday.
Hi,
Um,
Auntie Kay.
yeah, and let's see who else jumping in just to say aloha. Here's our brother Marty Burns. Aloha Friday Kako. What's up, Marty?
Hey, oh, Marty, how's it going, bro?
That's my good brother. I look forward to seeing him this weekend. And let's see who else.
Stop posting all your cooking stuff, your baking stuff, Marty. Especially if Pualilia is not getting any.
I should say, right? Pacific Vibes in the house. He has a great
What's
radio
up,
radio
Siva?
program in Vallejo, California. Aloha, brother. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for dropping in. And NTK is commenting on you, saying you're brilliant, Pualilia Hanamaika'i.
I'm glad someone thinks so.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you just joined us, we hope that Kalani Pe'a will be able to drop in. And if not, we're thankful that you're here, and we'll play some of his music. We have some video,
Yeah,
and we'll talk about his latest project and give you information about. He has a CD release party that's coming up on Oahu, and we'll talk about
very
that as well.
soon.
Yeah.
Well, one of the issues that we're dealing with, and actually, even though you introduced me and said I'm coming to you from the slopes of Kohala, I actually had to come down the mountain.
Ah.
We are having a couple of issues, and this is across the Paeaina. So we're getting back into these rolling blackout kind things. So I did have to come down the mountain. It's only going to be for a short period today, but we've been experiencing a lot of earthquake activity here on the Big Island, which is normal. But when it starts to affect some of our utilities, sometimes we have to go where um, where we're not affected. And from what I understand, Maui over the last few days, on and off, have been getting hit by storms, and
Wow.
they have been experiencing. There was a couple of electrical poles, the wires that have fallen down. I don't know if Kalani is affected by that. It could be, but most of Maui is good, but they did lose electricity earlier this week. I think it was just a couple days ago, as a matter of fact.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Crisscrossing fingers that weather, earthquakes, and downed utility poles are not affecting us today. I'm going to pray that our brother Kalani Pe'a comes and visits with us or is able to. That's first and
Yeah.
foremost.
Yeah, that they're okay. That's the main thing. And for Pualilia and myself, we have spent many years behind the microphone with the Samajala Network Radio, and so we are able to carry on here and to share information with you and to keep you entertained. And so we definitely welcome your comments, your questions throughout the show. It is a live interactive time together. So you want to drop in and say aloha, tell us where you are. If you're a first time visitor to the Aloha Friday show, then we definitely encourage you to let us know where you're from. And please don't say I'm from my living room. Um, Brah, I take my tablet in the bathroom with me and I stay watching. No, brah. You know what? Too much information.
TMI, bruh. TMI. Not only that, we understand that it is a thing of nature and everybody does it. We just no like talk about it, okay? Can.
So we have talked with Kalani over the years. In fact, one of our first conversations, if I'm not mistaken, was all the way back in 2016,
Yes,
right? And this was even
indeed.
before the Nahoku Hanu Hanu Awards. We had heard his very first project, Evalea, if I'm not mistaken,
Leon.
Evalea. And when we heard that music, um, kind enough, Alan Cool, um, Kalani's manager and partner, sent us Evalea, and when we listened to it, I had no idea who Kalani Pe'a was, and when we listened to it, we went, "OMG!"
OMG. Or like I tell people, so yeah, I going through it. I'm like, okay, God, this guy's voice is very powerful. And then he went into the Always and Forever, and I was like, oh, cool, he's doing R&B covers, right on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, okay, cute. My heart goes pitter patter for that song, whatever. But then when he went into the Ola Hawaii, oh my gosh, I went into cardiac arrest. Where I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is beyond amazing. Beyond amazing.
Pitter
And
patter went the heart there. Oh goodness. Uh,
but that was a thing of beauty.
Here is Tuila Makaena. Oh, aloha,
Hi, Tawila and
welcome.
Uncle DC.
Aloha from
Surf
Surf
City,
City.
USA.
Yes,
Huntington
yes, yes.
Beach,
Huntington
California.
Beach represent. uh, uh, one thing I remembered in our initial conversation. In fact, you know what? You know what I think what we might do is give a listen. And this was an interview on Sandwich Island Network Radio back in 2016 uh, with Kalani. He was in his car. He was driving, and so I think let's just go back in time a little bit. So this is before the two Grammys that he was awarded with recently. All the accolades. This is before Na Hoku Hanu Hanu. This was right after that CD came out, and we got in touch with him, and he called us at the studio, and let's listen, see what you think here. Aloha, welcome back to the Savage Island Network Radio. Kamaka Brown on this side, you on that side, and it's all good. And we get the uncles here, Uncle Clinton, who
Aloha. Yep.
kind of had on small in what would we say? You had a venture in party. And so,
Okay.
and so,
I gotcha.
and so, thank you for making it today, which is a good thing, along with Uncle Dan Lagronio, our
Yes,
silver
sir.
fox,
Yes, sir.
and the beautiful, the Lavacious.
Thank you.
No, not you. I'm talking about
Oh.
Natasha Gascon. Aloha, Natasha.
Hey.
Aloha,
All part of the
everybody.
Sin Crew on the phone from the 808. Oh my goodness, all the way to the beautiful island of Maui. I have on the
Aloha.
phone Kalani Pe'a. Aloha, Kalani.
Aloha, Velida Veki, aloha yakako, aloha.
Ooh, we saw jelly. We saw jelly. You stay back on the Aina. You know.
Well, driving up to Pukalani for the wonderful Pukalani Farmers Market, I'm looking at the skies and mahalo ke akua na akua na omakua. I'm like, oh, look, there's some driving rain. And oh, there's a minor bird taking a poop right on my windshield. It's a blessing.
Watch that.
It's okay. Minor birds are, you're here and there, but it's fine. It's a blessing.
Now, for our listeners on the Sandwich Island Network Radio, Kalani Pe'a and Kalani Pe'a Music has put out a beautiful CD. Oh my goodness! It bridges so many areas and so many feelings and so many textures in listening to the music, Kalani. What was your the method to your madness in putting together all the various different pieces of this project? What was the overall thought you wanted to accomplish?
Well, the overall theme, Evalea, means to be exuberant and to be happy, to be content. And I really wanted to create something more so the compilation of music, whether it's my Hakumele, 7 original composition, or the 5 of my favorite soul R&B covers. I wanted to create an album that really truthfully defines my character, my attributes as a Kanaka Hawaii, as a modern or innovative Hawaiian that looks up to many idols in my life, whether it's music idols such as Genoa, Keave, or the Lim family, or Helen D. Shea Beamer, or Luther Vandross and Luciano Pavarotti. I love classical music, and I really am into musicals and R&B and ballads, and I decided to collaborate with the people that played an important role in my life and my ohana. And whether it's Kamaka, and we go back brown bag days, he goes, Mr. Pe'a, you know, you're the karaoke king and very much the Disney A Whole New World king. So you're implementing Hawaiian language in Always and Forever, and I have no problem with that because it's you. So I'm like, yeah, it's me. Like the type of riffs or my type of singing shows who really I am as a an artist, and I've been singing like this since four, and I've always dreamt to record this and put this on an album, and my dreams have come true. So I mahalo all of you out there who believes in Hawaiian music and Hawaiian contemporary soul mele, and I want to think not only global, but not. I'm sorry, I don't want to think about being local as a local artist. I want to think globally and ensure that our people are thinking globally and that we are always thriving, you know?
Absolutely. So Eva Lea, it means coming together like birds, be elated, exuberant,
Yeah.
and enjoy.
Yes, coming together like birds, coming together to nanea, to enjoy each other's company, to be exuberant, to be elated, to be happy. And I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I'm that guy that would, at work at Kamaka would wear bow ties, lauhala bow ties, and a Versace glasses, and Calvin Klein loafers, and take them off and jump right into the lo'i and just hooky ke kalo, kalo. I'm that type of Hawaiian, and I'm all about finding new ways, new things to be creative and to be original and be me. And I am not mimicking anybody. I am just creating music and melodies that is filled with balea and love, and that's really who I am.
Well, I only have two words for you, Mr. Pe'a.
Yes.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, mahalo. Oh, yo, ko pakaya po, mahalo. It is the beginning, and I told other people out there, whether it's editors of publications, and I said, you know what? I'm 33. I'm old already. I'm bald. The balding is running on the Filipino or the Hawaiian side. I don't know. They're like this. Come on, Kalani. Look at me. I'm like, oh, I forgot. Oh, you bald ohule just like me. And they're like, we're 50. Come on. I'm like this, but I'm old. And the wonderful Punahele of Punahele Cross and Kiali'i said, you know what? Hey, we did Kawai Punahele in early 30s. It's a start of your dream and pursuing that. And I said, mahalo. So to have that love and support and that kako'o, and more so my other half being the iwi kuomo'o too, my backbone, I'm all about enduring and pursuing. Yeah, just pursuing.
Yeah. So Kalani, you have a bachelor's degree in mass communication with an emphasis on public relations. You have a background in early childhood education. You've published 5 Hawaiian language children's stories. Book. Oh my goodness. So indeed, you are a Renaissance Hawaiian here, touching all the various different, there are many flavors and many layers to Mr. Kalani Pe'a. There's no question about that. And it is seen from your music. And I got to tell you, coming as a baby boomer coming out of the 60s, and one of my favorite R&B songs, when you go down to Point After in Waikiki, at the last song they would sing was a song by a group called Heatwave, and this is the one. This is the one where last chance for pick up the kumu, and it always was always and forever. That was the song.
And my dad too is a baby boomer, and he loves playing the electric bass, and he loves playing, whether it's Heatwave or whether it's Stevie Wonder or all the wonderful blues and jazz type of mele. He looks at me and he goes, "You millennials nowadays, you guys are a little interesting."
Millennials.
He goes, "You guys create mele. You guys are interesting millennials, but I respect it because you guys are being innovative. But I'll stick with the baby boomers mele." I was like, okay. He loves the album.
But
he
very
loves Always and Forever, and You Are So Beautiful. It's so his jam, and I'm happy to hear that.
And so much soul and feeling in the Hawaiian, the Olelo, where you've translated all of that into Hawaiian, is very
Mahalo
unique,
nui.
and love it. So you've taken traditional, you have an Oli on there, and our listeners, please pick up Kalani's CD E Vala'ea. Now, how can they grab a hold of it? Are you on Meli.com?
Yes, they can go to my website at kalanipeamusic.com for all my social media updates. Mahalo to my manager, my other half, Alani. They can go to mele.com and purchase an album if they're not in Hawaii. I wanted to support the local ma and pa's haliku'ai stores. So if you go on my website, you'll see all the stores that where you can purchase the album at stores near you here in Hawaii Pai'aina. But if you're not in Hawaii, you can go to mele.com.
That is a beautiful thing, because we definitely want to let our listeners know that you need to hear Kalani Pe'a's music.
Mahalo, ya oko.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so blessed. How
We
you
have-
guys doing out there?
We are, you can take the boys out of the islands, but no can take the islands
Yes.
out
Is
of the
it
boys
Della?
here. Yeah.
Della Loa?
It's a little bit. It's getting into the 80s a little bit, and it's supposed to be getting a little bit higher than that. We've had triple digits, so it's a small kind,
And I know there's a lot of Hawaiians too everywhere around the world that love our culture and our language and the perpetuation of it. And I'm so glad to connect with everyone each day. A lot of people each day.
We are so privileged to that you spent some time with us. I know you're busy, you have many things that are going on, but we wanted to spend some time with you and to kind of familiarize our audience with you and for your debut album that is E Valea. And you can, if you listen to us in the islands, you can go to Kalani's website, as he said. And a lot of our listeners are transplants living on the mainland and globally, so you can also go to meli.com. Kalani Pe'a, please pick up his album.
Yeah. Evalea.
Well, you have a blessed day.
Ikako.
You have a blessed day, Kalani, and we'll definitely be in touch. Thank you so much for all of your mele, and God bless there.
Mahalo nui. O'oipu. Aloha.
Now would be a great time for us to listen to a cut off of Kalani Pe'a's new CD, and the CD is once again entitled E Vala'ea. Here is Kalani Pe'a.
And forever, each moment with you, it's like a dream to me that somehow came true. And I know tomorrow will still be the same. We got a life of love that won't ever change, and every day love me your own special way, melt on my heart away with your smile. Take time to tell me you really care, and we'll share tomorrow together. Ooh, I will always love you forever. Maula Kenana ya Alani Aole e ole loiki, just the things that you do. Yes, Mehameha Hoka mai Apili no kaua Maua mau Every day love me your own special way Melt all my pu'uvai away with your mina'aka. Take time to tell me you really care, and we'll share tomorrow together.
OMG.
Right? Right? Let's just talk about how like my heart just goes insane listening to that song in Olelo, Hawaii. Right? All I can say is single brothers out there, you want a girl's heart go pitter patter. Sing R&B songs in Olelo, Hawaii. Well, if she's a, if that's her jam. But I'm just saying,
I'm just saying.
like hello,
but,
hello.
but like I was sharing on the call, um, that was the song at Point After. That was the last song they would play, and all of us guys are looking across the dance floor, and it's now or never. You got to make your move,
Right?
boys. Always and
Right?
forever. My goodness. So, if you just joined us, thank you so much for joining us. Kalani Pe'a is not with us live. We hope that things are okay with him on the island of Maui. We decided, Pualilia and I, just to share the morning with you and to share Kalani's music, talk about times that we had an opportunity to interact with him. What you just heard was a recording of a conversation we had with him back in 2016 with
Right?
Kalani. Yeah, that
That was a
was
long time ago.
that, and my goodness, the music continues from Kalani. He's been so prolific, and I believe, this is his third project out that he has now, and we'll talk
Yes.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
in just a moment.
Yeah, so of course we predict for Grammy nominations and some of his fabulosity on stage with those sequenced jackets. Yeah, I love them.
He has been,
I love
aside
them.
from just amazing music, because he says that in talking with him, he loves Olelo Hawaii, very fluent as well. But he's also a contemporary island singer, loves R&B, loves Stevie Wonder. That song, Always and Forever, is a heatwave song from back in the day. He also did the Joe Cocker song that was on his first album as well, but sings original Hawaiian music too. And I just thought we'd share this here with you that he had recorded, and let's just listen right now and watch this.
Aloha kako o wau ho'i o Kalani Pe'a, my hometown, Hilo i kaua, Kani Lehua. Little bit of Kani Lehua rain in the heart of Hilo'one. This is Hilo'one, and I come from Pane'ewa, Hilo, Hawaii. Pane'ewa is Hilo Hanamaika'i. This is my beautiful hometown. Grew up here my whole life. We're here to record my first mele on my album. Hilo March featuring Uncle Willie K and Amy Hanaya Li'igilio. And what you see back here is a painting of Hilo. Typically, many people will paint this beautiful view of Hiloone, Hilo Town. 2, 3, 4. If you're gonna rattle, you gotta rattle all the way until you stop. Don't go 1, 2, stop. 1, 2, stop. 2. Aloha Maikako. We're here in my hometown of Hilo. My name is Joshua Noel Kalima, and I'm Alaka'i of Hula Halao o Ko Lima Nanie. We're here working on a new project with our dear friend Kalani Pe'a, doing a video shoot here at Queen Elite Kalani Park, doing a song in Hilo March. Aloha, ano ai o Kalani Pe'a Keyan, Kalani Pe'a in my hometown Hilo. This area is called Hiloone. I come from Hilo, Hanamaika'i, Pane'ewa Homestead. That's where I come from, a homestead boy. But I'm here on Wailuku Bridge, a bridge that my mom took and my grandmother took many times to head home. Nawahi o Kalani Opu'u is the person we honor, and I've attended the Kekula o Nawahi o Kalani Opu'u Hawaiian Language School in Kea'au, and I'm the 3rd graduating class, and I'm very proud to be a Hawaiian immersion graduate. The whole purpose of this music video is not to give you the visual of really truly the hidden message or poetry behind my song. No ane'i means we belong here. No ane'i means we become the primary, secondary resource. We don't just research about other resources on the computer. We become the resource. We become the profound, prominent resource of our aina. In Hawaiian, we call it kumu vai vai. Kumu, the source. Be that source and resource for your family, for your community, and know your identity. Know that the foundation of Hawaiian cultural values and practices start from home. No ane'i ko kako pono. No ane'i ko kako aina. We belong here. We belong here in Hawaii. Aloha.
Nice, yeah. That was
That's
sweet.
beautiful.
Really
You know, when he was talking about resource and whatnot being that resource, right? Of course, most of our public knows Kalani Pe'a as this wonderful singer, and now he's done all this music. He writes these beautiful songs. But prior to him becoming Mr. Grammy winner and full-time musician, he was a Hawaiian resource coordinator for Kamehameha schools for their Aina-based education community outreach programs. Most famous programs like Hanamaika'i, Ho'olauna, Kilohana, those kinds of things. And he did that for quite a few years. And I don't think that we could even begin to calculate the number of young keiki brains that man has contributed to over the last several years. I mean, kids come from all over the world to come to these programs offered by Kamehameha Schools and the Bishop Estates Trust. And I would be very interested to kind of try to calculate that, because that would be, I'm sure it's in the hundreds of thousands. It's got to be.
Yeah. He has touched so many people's lives, and young ones as well. Very, very sensitive hearts and minds to the culture, and he's satisfied that need in his education as well. We want to just take a moment and just say aloha to folks who have joined us. Valerie, aloha to Valerie, Brother Brian, Vasquez, I'm not sure whether they're in Kona or Las Vegas. Sandra
Haven't seen Brother in a
Newsom,
while.
Russell Price from the mountains of
Oh,
Arizona have joined us as well during our presentation. And so, if you just joined us, Kalani Pe'a is not with us live as we had hoped. He perhaps have some connection issues on Maui, but we decided just to continue with our Aloha Friday show to share the music of Kalani, talk a little bit about him and the wonderful things he's done. He mentioned in the telephone conversation, Pualilia, I know you caught that. He said he has always been fashion conscious. He says, he's wearing his designer sunglasses and but he says that doesn't prevent him from at some point just Hemoda whatevers and Hemoda designer shoes and jump in a loe, no problem, and work right there. And we were all kind of laughing about that. But he is quite fashion conscious, and let's just share a couple things over here. I want to share this and pull it in.
fashion forward.
Fashion
Fashion forward. He's done some stuff that nobody else has done.
I think so, right? Okay, so I've got a couple things over here. Here he is. This is delicious. Very,
Sequence
very,
jacket.
huh?
Sequence jackets. Those are the I was telling you about the sequins. That he has other colors of those types as well.
Here's the purple. It's beautiful, right? Um,
Boom, boom.
here's the black. I like that. You know me. I love wearing black. He looks
How's that lehulu?
sweet. Yeah, sweet. And then this one as well. So fun, right? So fun. Um,
Oh, I love that. I think that was when he was filming Ku'upoli'ahu.
uh-huh. There's a comment that he made that I thought was interesting, Pualilia, and I was sharing this with you earlier about his fashion sense. And I got a quote over here. I'm going to read what he said. He said, "I wanted to honor King David Kalakaua and his perpetuation of hula and music. He traveled the world and built relationships with kings and queens around the world. He's one of my idols. I wear bling bling outfits because I wanted to be like Kalakaua, because they followed the British monarchy, and I love the refined beauty of all of that." Very, very good. How about that? Okay, and true to his word.
Right? So, when you think about Kalakaua and that era of our monarchy and how forward we were as a nation and how quickly we advanced. When you look at the time between Kamehameha the First to Kalakaua's era, it wasn't that many. It wasn't hundreds and hundreds of years. And we had advanced so quickly. It had been recognized by some of the world powers by the time of Kalakaua's reign. And then I think, wow, yeah, I always remember Kalakaua with all those royal orders that he would get, and they're so fancy. And they have them on display at Iolani Palace still yet, and you can see how just truly fabulous they are. Yeah, ties right in. That was gospel from Kalani.
Here's Sister Kainoa. She's saying, "I'm here. I love you both." Whoo!
Oh, Kainoa, you know what? Kainoa, I gotta get on Marco Polo and I'm gonna send you a video. I miss you. It's been so long since I've been able to. But I'm gonna get on Marco Polo, sister.
Yeah, and she just celebrated a birthday. She is now legal. She can legally drink. So Kainoa, you can put away the false ID. You can put away the false ID. You can use your real ID now that you legal. Okay. So just sharing.
Oh,
I'm
that's
just
fun.
sharing.
That is hilarious.
Just sharing. And TK says, "I love the sparkle jackets." Yeah, right. That bling bling.
Right.
So cool. Complete with the shoes and everything, man. It's very, very um, uh, attractive. And he has, wherever he goes and he appears on stage, you expect a fashion statement to be made. And he never disappoints.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really, really good. The One of the things also that we wanted to talk about too was, has had a Nahoku Hanu Hanu Awards. He's had multiple Grammy recognitions, and he's always said that I work with humility and confidence no matter what. And I believe that really comes across in when we had our conversations with him. And you also talked with him, and this was at the Grammy celebration, yeah.
Oh, yes, that's the Grammy Museum, and it was a Grammy party. that I absolutely, to this day, I don't know exactly how I got in, but I got in.
I know, because
And we had good
if
fun
you said I know
chit-chatting.
Kamaka Brown, they would never let you in. So you had to use somebody else's name. I know that.
Again, it was all I know is that I was there, and it was a great time. Quite honestly, I had a really wonderful conversation with Kalani's mother, Pua Leonard. What an incredible human being she is. And and I know, Kalani honors her in so many ways. Actually, his mele ku'upoliahu, his mother was the inspiration for that mele. Of course, poliahu, we have Mauna Kea and whatnot, but at the same time, she is very much she personifies all of those qualities that we when we talk about poliahu. And what an amazing person. And of course, I enjoyed talking with Kalani too, but at the same time, that night was highlighted by the fact that I got to sit down for a good like hour and a half with his mom, and we just chit
Sweet,
chatted and hung out. She was an amazing person.
sweet. So you mentioned this song, um, uh, Poliahu. He wrote that song, and
Yes, he
right,
did.
and I think you just mentioned. I was looking for a note that I had about the song. That let's see if I still have it here. If I can just pull that up quickly, but it does. Um, part of those verses as well does honor his mom um,
Yes.
in it, right? So let's just watch this.
Mauna kea kila kila ke ua ka ui Luhi e hu ka makua o kulani Poli ahu ka wahine ka pahau anu Pumehana ka wahine e apo mai Mauna kea kila kila ke ua ka ui Luhi e hu ka makua o kulani Poli ahu ka wahine ka pahau anu Pumehana ka wahine e apo mai Hi'i mai ke kuahiwi I ka moe nā hau Po ai nā hale a puni ka makua Ua kani a uina a mauna ia E ana I ponono e pula mamau Hi'i mai ke kuahiwi I ka moe nā hau Po ai nā hale a puni ka makua Ua kani a uina a mauna ia E ana I ponono e pula mamau E o mai poli ahu no nani mai Poli ahu ka makua o kulani Mauna kea kila kila ke ua ka ui Luhi e hu ka makua
chicken skin. I was like, wow,
right?
wow,
Right? No,
wow.
not only that, when you have a beautiful song like that and y- a hula dancer of that caliber, holy smokes, right?
Yeah.
That was a thing of beauty.
I'm so glad we could share that with everyone here today on the Aloha Friday with the Sandwich Island Social Network. Although Kalani Pe'a was not able to be with us live today, we did want to celebrate his music. We did want to talk about his journey,
Absolutely.
and we were so blessed to come in contact with Kalani back in early on in 2016 and have conversations, and we consider him part of our ohana here, and hope that he's okay on Maui. We know that there were some things that were going on,
Yeah.
and
That's the major concern. I hope they're all okay and
yeah,
everybody is good.
yeah,
Um, you know what I think it is, Uncle? I think way back in the day when Evalea was on the cusp of exploding the way it was, I think that us at Sandwich Islands Network, I think we were the visionaries. We were like, yes, this is going to be magical. We're going to jump on this
we
right
saw
away,
that. Yeah,
right?
yes.
Saw it right away.
I
So
remember.
the credit has to be given to us. Let's just be honest.
We had, I always say, us Kuaina at the Sandwich Island Social Network, we're the small opihi on the big rock. We've been around for a while. Just really, really humble, just doing our thing, doing whatever we can to support Na Hawaii, all things Hawaii. And Pualilia,
Yeah.
myself, Uncle Dan Lagronio, Kimo Williams, and a host of others who have come along to support what we do. It is so wonderful. We live here on the continent, but inside of us, we carry with us our culture, our love for our island home. And case in point, Pualilia is, when I first met her, you're here in Southern California. She's moved back to Keawe on Hawaii Island, and we still keep contact and we work on projects together because we have that love. And so mahalo, Pualilia, for that.
Absolutely. It's for, when we talk about Hawaii and we use the word pai'aina across these islands, right? I think I would be remiss if I did not consider the word pai'aina to include all of our expatriates on the continent, around the globe. Making that connections, keeping that bridge open, yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping it sturdy. So that's one of my purposes always. It doesn't matter where you live. I always repeat what my mother told me as a child, because I always, every time we moved somewhere, I was like, I just want to go home. I just want to live home. And I never did, because, as you all know, my husband was in the military and we lived all over the place and we kept moving and moving and whatever. But my mom used to say, it doesn't matter where you live.
I,
You take Hawaii with you. It's in your heart, it's in your soul, it's in your na'o, and no one can take that away from you.
so true. So true. We would be remiss if we did not mention, as we come near the close of our time together here, my goodness, the hour's gone by so quickly here. Um, uh, Kalani's new project, and just a note what he said about his new project here that I really really liked. He said this album was recorded during the pandemic, and it pays tribute to people and places. He said composing songs during the pandemic lockdown on Maui was a challenge and a blessing. He is the two-time Grammy Award winner. He was drawn to the theme of voyaging ahead of troubled waters, and you see the va in the background there on the cover of the CD. He said, "My last sold-out concert was at the Lincoln Center in New York on February 27th, 2020. People were texting and calling me to come home. Since then, I lost every show and tour. I had to re-evaluate my lifestyle as a musician. What do you do during this pandemic? So, I was writing music about people and places I love. I compiled music and the thought of Pe'a. My last name is Pe'a, which means sailboat. So when I thought of the word sail, I realized we're all hoisting our own sail during this pandemic. We all have to hoist our own sail and chart our own journey. We have to be effective through change. So, Kalani compiled and recorded during the pandemic Ka Pe'a, and he pays homage to loved places and people, especially the Hawaiian monarchs. So, that is the new project. And by the way, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it to the island of Oahu. However, there is going to be a CD release party coming up at the Blue Note in Waikiki on Sunday, August 15th. And you can get tickets if you live on Oahu or if you plan to be on Oahu during that time. Tickets are at BlueNoteHawaii.com. BlueNoteHawaii.com for the CD release party of this brand new CD that was created during the pandemic this past year, and it's going to be at Blue Note Hawaii. So we wanted to share that with all of our ohana out there to support that. I wish I could be there. That would be a party. That would be good fun. Yeah. I see you rolling your eyes, thinking maybe I can make it over there.
No, I was thinking about it, but no. Also, I'm sitting over here, but I'm sitting by the windows so that I can have good light. But somebody is walking past and looking inside the windows. I'm like, "Excuse me, can I help you? Can I help you?
Oh.
Can I help you?" That was the eye roll. That was what that looked like.
Okay.
No, I'm
Um,
looking inside.
yeah.
Or,
Here's Vice. Vice says hi,
hi,
Auntie,
my
love
baby,
and
my
miss you both.
love.
Aw, thank you
I
so
miss you
much.
too, my baby.
Thank you so much. Pualilia, thanks so much for the time today. Why, the hour has passed by already. Our virtual paina on the Aloha Friday show. My goodness, uh,
That went
we
fast.
we did it.
Right, that went fast. Well, you know what? Uncle. Once you get me started to vola'au, I never shut up. So over there, that's the porgy and me. Kalamai.
Yeah. So it comes time for our wrap as we wrap our session up together here. We we want to thank our wonderful Sandwich Island social network supporters who are help sustain members. They're sustaining members of our Ohana, yeah. And you have a note over there on some of the wonderful members of our Ohana with you.
Yeah. So you got to remember that for us at Sound Challenge Social Network, you in between Uncle Kamaka and myself, um, and when we include our ohana, even though we call it our crew, we're also including those people that visit us and go to patreon.com, Sandwich Islands 808, and donate to our cause. Of course, there's Uncle Larry, Auntie Hetty Anduha. Um, oh gosh, who else? June Shibuya.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm having connectivity issues, so I'm trying to pull up some documents out of my cloud, and it's
No
not
worries. Jim and
working.
Reba
Of
Maraboto of Mehe'ula
course,
Music,
Reba. Yeah.
and TK Bennett. These have all joined our Patreon platform with monthly donations, right, to help us continue the work we do. And if you would like to be a sustaining member, as Pualilia said, there is the link at the bottom that you see that's scrolling to help us continue to do the work that we do here. And we also want to acknowledge donations by Thyra Abraham, Suzanne and Roddy Gregory, Gene
Tyra.
Dahlberg, DC and Tuila Makaena in 2021. All of these donations to the Sandwich Island Social Network help us continue to create and sustain programming throughout the year. And we just want to take the moment just to say mahalo. Thank you so
And
much
do what
for
we
making that
do.
happen.
Yeah. Also, also on a side note, I want to remind all of our friends watching that all of our content, we do have a YouTube channel that we do upload our content to. This will probably not be up immediately, but would be shortly. Look for us on Sandwich Island Social Network on YouTube. And always remember that every Friday well, not almost sometimes we switch up a little bit, but Fridays, Aloha Friday with the Sin Crew. Also Wednesdays we have our Two Baboos crew.
No, we get
And
silly. We get silly.
we
Me
get
and Stanley Holmes.
silly.
Good
You
fun.
know, you guys need to just change it to the Baboos crew,
I
because
think
you
so. We
sit
are.
there and it's just the two baboos, but a lot of our a lot of our fams that tune in,
Yes.
they're
Yes.
baboos too.
Yeah. One of
So
the
you got
leaders of the babooses is Uncle Russell Price. He and his
yes.
Kolohe squirrels do come in and mess with us from time to time.
Yes,
And
they
Marty
do.
Marty Burns Marty Burns pops in and is so Kolohe as well. So yeah, the Baboos crew on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time is another production of the Sandwich Island Social Network, and it's all humor and it's silly and it's laughter, local style,
Right.
and so yeah, so good fun. And then of course,
Yeah, and you know, that's what we do with Sandwich Islands. What we do is we stay up on the times, and that's what we've been doing since the pandemic happened. We're still keeping that connectivity, social aspect. We changed our entire platform. We did use we before we were a radio station, but now that we're using these platforms, we are creating something more of a community, not just voice, but looking at people's faces and all that kind of good stuff. And I'm so glad that I get to be part of it.
yeah, we're happy to have you with us. By the way, my T-shirt is brought to you by Kahiao Clark and LuckyMango.com that says, "May the aloha be with you." So this is from LuckyMango.com. She also is a hashtag LuckyMango on Instagram. Uh, Great shirt. This is a special edition right there called
Right?
the Aloha be with you. So thank you, Kahiao, for that great T-shirt. So right now we say mahalo to everyone that joined us. Thank you so much. We catch you next time on the Aloha Friday with the Sandwich Island Social Network. Mahalo, Pualilia. We will talk to you soon. And I tell you what, we're going to leave you right now with more music of our virtual guests today on the Sandwich Island Social Network. I think we should also play more Kalani Pe'a. Here we go. Hello, everybody.
Ihi manuhilo I kukua, I kukua lake kawi ka onohi, ia ai kamana o I ke kiu, kamaka nihi